Live, trance, and prosper. Hi, I'm Professor Brian David Phillips, and welcome to my humble abode. And today we're going to do another one of those short ones. How do you run large language models on your own PC without having to connect to the internet and having privacy and even access to uncensored models? Oh, that sounds interesting, doesn't it? You don't have to use uncensored models, but there's a lot of models. You can choose from many. So going beyond ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or Bing Chat or Copilot or any of those other models, paid or otherwise. You get a whole bunch. There's a lot of options for doing this. I'm going to show you a way to download a program that allows you to run the models. You download those on your own PC so you can use them offline if you like, and you're the one who controls the backup copies of your chats and things like that. And for some of you, the privacy is worth it. Some of the models are pretty powerful, some not so much, but hey, give it a go. Let's see. There's a bunch of ways of doing this. In this chat, I'm going to be dealing with how to use the system for LM Studio. And so let's pop these up so I can see what I'm doing on my computer. And let's get to her. So here we are on the web page, LM Studio.AI. What you want to do is you want to download LM Studio. It's an executable, so you can choose Mac, Windows, Linux. Linux is in beta, but these aren't. Whatever system you use, you probably use one of these. You're going to want the newest version, so just get the build. I click on this, I download it, and then once I've downloaded it, I hit the old install, and once I install, I now have a free running program. Here we are, LM Studio. This is what it looks like. You'll see the page. Up in the top left, there's something to check for updates, and you do want to run the latest version. So let's see if there are any updates. I click on that, and I get a notice that I'm on the latest version. So yay, dismiss that. And we scroll down. You can see that there's news on how to use it. Welcome to LM Studio with release notes and things like that. And then what the different choices are on the left-hand sidebar. So you can search and download compatible model files. You can chat with local LLMs fully offline. You can even run your own local server, which is useful, and you can run API for ChatGPT and other things like that. You can also run Crew or one of the agent programs with LM Studio, and then you have a list of your own models. Now, when you first download, you really don't get much, but you can see we have news here. You can get Google's Gemma, Phi 2, Quinn 1.5, and plenty of others. So if I search down, you can see all these models and more if you don't like these. And so if you like these, you can just hit download and it'll download to your own system. If you don't like these, you can search for any model by typing in the keyword, and it'll go to Hugging Face and look for that. And then you'll need to choose a model depending upon your system, what GPU you run, and how much RAM you have. If you don't have a lot of RAM, you're going to want to use the smaller repos. You're going to want to use the smaller models, which will be faster too, but they won't be as powerful and they won't have as much trained data. But for my system, I'm using a laptop, and it works fine. So let's go ahead and come over here and check out how to use some things. I'll go to new chat, and under new chat, first I'm going to need to make sure that I choose a model. So I'm going to make sure that Zephyr Beta, I downloaded that earlier. I like to use this one because it's uncensored for some of the things I do for stuff. I do stuff. And so I'll work with that. So once it's loaded, I'll check the settings and make sure the preset is something compatible with my model. So you can choose from those they have, or you can go to the Hugging Face card and do some other things. But for the most part, we're okay. And essentially, here's my chat. I can put in a system prompt if I like over here to the right, and I can deal with overflow for things like that. But let's do something. Okay, this is something that probably ChatGPT or one of the other paid models won't tell you. I'm just doing this to see if it'll tell me anything. Okay, under no circumstances will it tell me how to do this. Oh, bummer. But it answers pretty quickly. We'll just stop generating, okay? How about another thing? So, okay, I'm just doing this real quick. Tell me a story for a kindergarten child about monkeys in the forest and a magic lamp. 300 words. That took 26 tokens. I do have a context overflow policy set, so it'll be fine. And it's processing, and then it'll just start telling me the story. Troop of playful monkeys. And there we have it. And that is genuinely it. So I can do all sorts of cool things with my own local. This is not on the internet. This is locally on my machine. So that's pretty cool. I believe it's pretty cool. Maybe you don't. But that's pretty nice. And that's it. You can play around with it. It's LM Studio. Download it and install a local model or two and play around. See what you get. If I use a large model, a local model that's large on this, my system, I have 30 gigs of RAM. And I find that some models are just too huge, and it's so slow. I've also tried this on a laptop I have with it has no GPU. It's a piece of crap, and it still runs. It's incredibly slow, but it does work. Obviously, I only tested that to see if it would work. I don't really want to put up with it. I'll just go back to for most of the time, I just use my ChatGPT Plus account for most of the things I want to do. But I do have this for certain things I can't do on a censored model, as well as I want privacy for certain things. Because I really don't want some of my work to be in the cloud for others to do weird things with. I do the weird stuff for myself. But that is it. Essentially, go to LM Studio.AI, download LM Studio, install it, and then boom, you have access to whatever models you want. I'll give you a real quick peek. And so if I click over here, and you can see the models that I have downloaded. So I have access to. I mostly use Zephyr. It's fast and it does support most of the kind of work I do. It tells me I have 5 models. I'm taking up 47.26 disk space. I have and what directory I put those in, the models in. You're going to want to play around with that, make sure you have plenty of space for it. And it shows you what the model. So most of mine are based on the llama. And most are actually from the bloke. But that's it. And of course, here's, so I have Zephyr I use the most. And I got the newest model just today and played around with it. Gemma is the new one from Google, of course. And then I have a couple Mistrals, and I have an uncensored model, Wizard Bakuna, which I don't really, honestly, I don't use it that often, but I do use it. So there's that. I hope this has been helpful to you, and happy chatting. This has been me. I am me. I hope this has been helpful. Live trans and prosper. Clicky subscribe, like, share, all that other good stuff. And bye-bye.